Time for baseball on the show as we get you set for baseball at a place they call the Bank. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Chris Miller will get his first shot. And this is hit hard on the ground at first. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. But the recovery throw will be in time to first. A good job there. And a fastball here is swung on and lifted in the air to left. Miller comes on now and puts it away for the second out of the inning. Well, you know, Chris Miller. And now here's the ball hit pretty well out toward right center field. Sullivan is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down. I'm around. And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit fairly well out toward left field. Miller has to retreat to the track, but he has it to retire. 2 plate appearances thus far. Big swing there as it's hit pretty well out toward deep left field. Miller is going to have room out there as he puts this away. Chris Miller will stand in here to start. Well hit high in the air and deep to center field. And the 7th inning starts with a fly out here, 1 away.
Yeah,
Pena will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way.
Chris Miller
out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
Here's a ground ball to first. And he is going to reach. It's a base hit. The throw to third. And they're not going to get him at third. So runners at second and third now with only 1 gone.
A man could capture a moment like that on the first pitch. Derek Jeter homers into the right center field bleachers. El Capitan. He has come home. And
it's been 100 years of baseball and counting at this place. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. Chris Miller will stand in for the first time.
And now he's got a good hitter's count here, 2-0.
And he goes down and gets this fastball and takes it high in the air to deep straightaway center. Marisnick retreats to the track, and he'll put hit duties in yesterday's ball game. And he goes the other way with a fastball as this is hit well out toward deep left field. Miller is back near the ivy as he makes the catch for the first down.
Just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field.
Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. And 2 quick outs here in the second.
Run it down in the alley.
And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit fairly well out toward left field. Miller is going to have room out there as he puts this. Left-handed hitting first baseman Brandon Belt. Now a slider that swung on and hit in the air out toward left. Miller is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Chris Miller. On a good curveball gets him swinging for route number 1. Here's a fastball that swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. Miller has to range back a ways, but he makes the catch in front of the ivy for out ball thus far. And he's right on the fastball there as this is hit pretty well out towards deep left. Miller has to range back a ways, but he makes the catch in front of the ivy for out number 2.
Yeah, it looked really played large tonight, and he's looking and saying, what do I got to do to get a strike?
And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. And got a shot now in an RBI spot, so a chance to help his own cause here.
And he's got a hit in the game already, so he can handle the bat at least a little bit.
And the run will cross on the sac fly and make it a 4-0 game.
Good job. No doubt.
Big swing there as it's hit pretty well out toward deep left field. Miller has to range back a ways, but he makes the catch in front of the ivy for out number 2. Not much of a lead at second. Now here's the pitch. And this is in the air now out to left. Miller is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Chris Miller will stand in now, and what?
2-2. He's had a couple of pretty good looks at it at the plate.
And he grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. And this game just got a little more interesting. This is a home run. 2-run shot to straightaway center. Home run number 5 on the year as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
Yeah, this is just a fastball right here, but I'm pretty sure it's not where he wanted it. This has got some elevation to it, and that's one of those where you know it's going to be a home run as soon as you...
Up the middle, base hit. First ball swinging, Marwin Gonzalez right back through the wickets, and the no-hitter and perfect game are gone.
Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. And before we get on with things here this evening, a look at the 2 starting lineups we'll see featured tonight. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night. Line hard into left, but he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out. With that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment. In the air, down the left field line and deep. Rivas will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Chris Miller.
A run you can live with. What you don't want to do is let this snowball into a big inning.
Now a ball lined hard toward right center. And a dive, but he comes up empty, and this is big trouble now out in right center. And the run will score from third to make this a 1-0 game. And he is in there with an RBI triple.
Well, there's one way to get our first run of the game across. Good hustle there on the RBI triple, and they're in good shape to possibly make it 2-0 with another base hit. Down there at third, you can't be chasing pitches like that.
And now he turns on a fastball here and sends it to fairly deep right field. Catch will be made here. Tagging is the runner from third. And it's a sac fly and an RBI. Chris Miller, effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
And that'll be a base hit. So right away, the possible tying run is aboard to start the bottom of the 7th. Chris Miller. A drive to left. Get out of here. Get out of here. Gone. They win it. Santa Maria. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left, and with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
It looked like he saved his best work here for the final swing, and these guys are certainly amped up as he wins it with a game-winning homer.
An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our tops player of the game.
I would know him was off the sign where it says Raiders for tickets, 1-800-RAIDERS.
Boss says a single, a homer, and a walk.
Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Chris Miller will stand in, and his full count pitch on its way. On a swing, and he popped him up off to the left in foul territory. Under it is Carpenter, and that's out number 2.
A better understanding of the strike zone there.
And he gets some pretty good wood on it here as this is lifted to fairly deep left. Miller is back near the ivy as he makes the catch for the... Matt Carpenter will dig in. He popped out his first time. Now the 0-1 is lifted in the air out to left field. Miller is under it, and he makes the catch for out number... Will stand in. He grounded out his first time. Here's his swing, and a ball hit into the air to left center and shallow. Miller is there, and he'll bring this one in. Chris Miller.
Good recognition not to go up and chase it.
And they are still hitless, but at least they'll have a base runner here. It's ball 4.
Base, but they don't realize that a walk is 10 times worse.
Pitches a cold strike. The throw, not in time. He's in there at second. Boy, I think Chris Miller will dig in here with the base. Got him. So the damage winds up not being as bad as it could have been, as they'll strand the bases low. A home run here for Alan Craig. 6th home run on the season for him, and the Cardinals take a 2-1 lead. Miller is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. In what's been a very briskly played ball game here tonight.
And that's what happens when you get two starters that are on top of their game. It's been great pitching, great defense, not a lot of base runners, and a very even game. Falls out of the equation, and he really hasn't hit.
You know, these are two teams that don't traditionally care for each other too much, so we've seen this go south before.
The catch is made. Here comes the go-ahead run for the plate. And they'll take the lead here as he does the job with the sac fly, and they move out in front for the job up here.
Yeah, the team leader in RBIs. He's got a shot to push that lead out even further if he could come through here.
The catch is made. Here comes the tying run from third. And the run will score from third on the sacrifice fly.
He knows exactly what he's got to do.
Breaking ball hit sharply to the right side, and that's going to make its way into right for a 2-out hit. Throw will hold that runner at second base, and now there are 2 on.
With yet another walk-off, and the Rays survive to play another game. Rays win! Rays win! Rays win! 5-4.
A strike away and out away is Homer Bailey. Ground ball to third. Frazier gloves. Throw to first, and Homer Bailey for the second time.
It's been 100 years of baseball and counting at this place. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. See if anything's up here with nobody out. And now this is swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Miller will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. With 1 away now, let's take a look at the
pitches are getting a little too much elevation. That could come back to bite him.
In the air to right center. Salazar is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Goes the other way with a fastball, and this is in the air out to left. 1 away here to begin the third. Chris Miller.
It's that bad. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Opposite field to left, but pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out.
You know,
and now a ball hit fairly well here out to the deep part of left field. And this will be hauled in shy of the track for out number 1 as the runner will retreat to first.
The first, he'll take a look at those flags and see.
Jammed him a little here as this is hit softly to the left side. Throw gets him, 2 down.
12 of them coming on solo homers. Things pretty good outing.
Look for your pitch here. Here we go. Here we go.
And he'll take first here on the intentional walk, so make it runners at the corners now with hitless in his 3 at-bats so far. Now the 0-1 is lifted in the air out to left field. Miller moves over a few steps to his right as he's got it for the first out.
A game-saving catch, and that'll end the inning. What a play by Will Venable to send this game to the 13th.
Nighttime skies over Wrigley Field on the north side of Chicago. And before we get much further, here's a look at our starting lineups tonight. Chris Miller will stand in for the first. And look out as his bat shatters on impact. And he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch. 0-2 pitch swung on and hit in the air out to straightaway left. Miller will drift over to his right a few steps as
wait from him toward the end here, but he winds up.
Swing and a hot shot toward third. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. And this will bounce up against the ivy now. And he's in there easily at second with a one-out double. Chris Miller will stand in now with two.
Got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike.
Meanwhile here, this ball's given a pretty good ride out to deep left field. And that is going to clear the wall. A home run. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left. 7 home runs for him on the year now, and it's suddenly a 5-1 ball game.
Well, this is a pitch he'd love to have back. You can see where it is. Catching way too much of the plate. Now he's going to have to start this inning over from scratch, but with already 3 runs on the board.
And standing in is the on-base machine, first baseman Joey Votto. And he reaches out for this one and sends a fly ball out toward left center field. And
he's got a chance to make this a game to remember.
And he gets some pretty good wood on it here as this is lifted to fairly deep left. Miller has to range back a ways, but he makes the catch in front of the ivy for out number 2. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
Carry to it. I don't think he got that one flush, though.
Chris Miller will stand in as he's accounted for one of the biggest at-bats of the game so far. A 3-run shot back in the 5th that's really energized his ball club. Comes a 2-2. And he leaves the fastball up there, mistaken location, and he is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall, a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his 2nd home run of the game, and it's now an 8-7 ball game.
Well, it seems to me like we've seen this before. His 2nd home run of the ball game, and it would seem to me that he hit that one harder than he did the last one, so he's definitely locked in.
Time around. And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit fairly well out toward left field. Miller is there now to put this one away. Chris Miller. And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the 3-run doubled his last time. And now a ball hit fairly well here out to the deep part of left field. Miller has to range back a ways, but he makes the catch in front of the ivy. 6th inning. And a changeup has him fooled there as this is lifted in the air out to left center and shallow. Miller is there, makes the catch. And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple.
Blanco hits a no-hitter for Tim Lincecum.
Line drive, base hit, there it is. 4,000 hits. Janssen. First inning, and the Yankees come out of the dugout to congratulate him for a great achievement. In Japanese, David, they would say, omedeto, which is congratulations.
Will Venable